What's going on, guys? Rye Flawless here, and today I'm going to bring you another post-commentated VGC 2019 Ultra Series battle. This time, I'll be using the team that Flavio Del Pedio used to win the European International Championship. And what's awesome about this one, this is actually going to be a mirror match against someone bringing the same team. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Alright guys, and before we go any further, I just want to shout out Hour A Day Gamer, because back in April, he did request Rayquaza and Gyarados to be in a Pokemon Showdown video. And while Gyarados will not be showing up here, there will be a lot of Rayquaza, so I definitely want to shout him out for this suggestion. I know it was back in April, and sometimes my content creating is not exactly a linear path, but I don't forget you guys. So shout out to Hour Day Gamer, and his Twitter and YouTube will be in the description below. Alright guys, let's take a look at this team. From left to right we have Xerneas, Rayquaza, Incineroar, Amoonguss, Tapu Fini, and Nihilego. Alright, so going into this first turn, he leads with Tapu Fini and Incineroar, while I lead Incineroar for a fake out pressure and Xerneas for my offense. So right off the bat, I want to be kind of aggressive here. So what I do after we see our stat drops from our Intimidate, I go for a fake out, and I go for my Geomancy to boost my stats. Yes, I know Tapu Fini could just use Haze, but I just wanted to put that offense out there because he did not go for an offensive set off the bat with Incineroar and Tapu Fini. He was a lot more passive, so I wanted to capitalize on that. So he goes for the Snarl, lowers my special attack one stage, and I bring in Rayquaza here and go for the Moonblast into Incineroar, as he goes for the Haze to lower my stats back to normal, which is fine, and then he goes for the U-turn, and I'm already in a really good spot because I have my two offensive pressures out on the field. And his Rayquaza really doesn't want to get hit by my Xerneas, so I'm in really good shape here. And there's the Delta Stream for the Mega Rayquaza. I Mega as well and go for the Extreme Speed. And then he goes for a Dragon Ascent, which does good damage, but I do know his Rayquaza set since this is a mirror match. And I go for the Moonblast, which takes out his Rayquaza. So really good first couple of turns for me, and he just went for the Icy Wind to try and lower my speed, which is fine here. I still have some really big offensive threats out here, as he brings in Nihilego, which is really only a huge threat to my Xerneas at this point. And I go for Protect, he does as well, as I go for the Earth Power into the Nihilego to try and take it out. And he goes for an Icy Wind to lower my speed a bit more, because he's just trying to control the pace of battle at this point, because he's not in the best position. So I switch my Incineroar back in, just to try and switch up my board position, get that fake out pressure going, as he goes for the Z move, which is that Continental Crush into my Rayquaza, but with the strong wind going and my Assault Vest, I take that. He puts up a Light Screen, which does save his Nihilego from the Earth Power coming out from my Rayquaza. And then next turn he goes for a Protect, as I go for the Fake Out. And then he goes for the Scald into my Incineroar. And my Earth Power goes off into the Nihilego as well. But he is doing a good job of speed control with his Tapu Fini. I will give him that. And then he brings in a Incineroar, lowers my attack. And so I take my Rayquaza out to reset the stats. Bring in my Fini. As he goes for an Icy Wind. Lowering my speed yet again to control the pace of battle. I go for the Snarl just to lower his Tapu Fini's stats. Just to lower that output that he has offensively. Not a very offensive Pokemon, but as much as I can keep it controlled, the better. And then he goes for the Scald, which gets a crit, but because my Snarl, I do survive with that one hit point. Crocs my Berry, so I'm in really good shape here. Just basically keeping him at bay with the Snarls. And I know I have my offensive pressure in the back. He goes for another Scald. And I go for a Scald into his Incineroar. And that takes him out. I get the crit, so no real hacks there. Like, it balanced out. He got the crit, I got the crit. Fair's fair. I go for the Snarl again to lower his special attack some more. And then he brings in Nihilego. Goes for the Power Gem, and that takes out my Incineroar. He gets the Beast Boost, but I get to bring in my Rayquaza now, so he's not really in the best shape. And he had to take that Scald from the Tapu Fini. He goes for the Protect, but I have him in extreme speed range at this point. So I'm going for the E-Speed. He did put up the Protect, so he lives another turn. He goes for the Icy Wind, because that's all he can really do at this point. Just try and control the speed, but really with the extreme speed it doesn't matter. It has priority. And I just need to get one clean extreme speed off. I go for the Light Screen, just basically to add insult to injury at that point. And we get the E-Speed off into the Nihilego. So he's down to just his Tapu Fini, who did go for the Icy Wind, just to lower speed a bit more and chip away at the Rayquaza. And there goes my Icy Wind, just to kind of level things out. And he clicks in the forfeit. But thank you so much, Taro57, for the battle. That was a lot of fun. You know, it might have been a little bit more difficult for me if he brought the Xerneas. I think he did kind of limit his offensive pressure without it. I get he didn't want the perfect mirror because he probably expected me to bring it. And the Nihilego is a good check for the Xerneas, but I was already in a really good driving position. But guys, thank you so much for watching. You're all flawless. If you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments for any Pokemon you want to see in the future. But I'll see you next time. Bye.
Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis.